Guys, what if when you heard somebody's voice, you knew exactly what they were thinking, what they were feeling, and the true intentions behind what they were saying, even though they didn't say it to you? What if you had that superpower? Well, as a vocal alchemist, I not only help you to use your confident voice to make money, I have a very unique spiritual gift. When I hear people's voices, I hear frequency, I hear energy. And what that means is I know what people really mean. I know what their true intentions are, their thoughts, their feelings. I could even go back in time and tell you past life events that happened in that person's life, even if they were talking to me about their favorite color. So I decided to have a little fun. I'm going to be reading some celebrities' voices for you right here on my channel. So if you haven't already, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, because this is going to be juicy. And I'm going to be telling you the truth of the truth behind people's communication when they speak. So this video has been brewing for a while. I want to talk about Monique because there's something off about the way that she has been communicating. I'm going to go ahead and read her voice, and I'm going to share with you what I hear. Let's go.
I'm going to bring this up. I wasn't going to do it. But damn it, this seat.
I say, you might want to have another sip over.
This seat make you go, truth, tell it. No, tell the damn truth. God damn it, tell the truth. Because family is sacred.
It's supposed to be.
Let me stop right there immediately. Oh, I can hear the how comedic she is. She's a masterful storyteller. She is able to weave a tale, and she's able to make that tale come alive so that you really are drawn in. Oh, she's a master captivator. And then immediately, as soon as she starts getting to the point of what she's about to say next, her voice gets serious, and I can hear it. Because when Monique is not in balance, unfortunately, her abilities of being a master storyteller, somebody who captivates audiences and is able to really create a tale that captures the imagination. What tends to happen with Monique when she's not in balance and she is not perceiving things correctly is that she starts to, unfortunately, become quite manipulative. And I'm going to show you what exactly I mean, and I'm going to be reading her voice. Stay tuned.
And we don't cross the line with family. Mm-hmm. And people begin to get comfortable to jump on the Monique bandwagon of Monique doing things wrong and she do.
Let me just pause. Let me just say something. If you want to get people on side to your point, then start calling them family. I've noticed with Monique, a lot of her stories where she's been hurt or she's felt like she's been the victim of mistreatment, a lot of her stories are about being somebody's sister or her being somebody's auntie or kind of matronly figure. She calls people babies, right? I think a lot of that is nurturing and it is caring. And when she's not in balance, it becomes manipulative. Because I'm telling you something, she's painting the scene right now about why she was mistreated and how she's become a victim. And what she's saying is about family is going to come into play. So keep watching.
And she doing that. And there's a brother named D.L. Hughley.
Yep.
And until he take accountability, I won't let it go.
What?
Because, what was you getting ready to say?
I was going to say, what did DL do?
Let me tell you. Baby, that voice went up, didn't it? DL is friend. He like, that's my friend.
No, I've met DL on several occasions. I don't know DL like that. Okay. Do I know DL say like I know an earthquake? No. Do I know, since I've interviewed Kat, had several conversations with him, do I know DL on that level? No.
Right. See, when we say family is sacred.
Right.
Family is sacred.
Family is sacred? Okay. when you put the word family in there, it means that you should get what you want from them and that they should treat you in a preferential way. Ooh. Ooh. Let's continue.
And we know that you don't cross the line when it comes to family.
Correct.
Right? I do DL's radio show.
Yes.
DL Hughley is not there. His team is there. And Shannon, we having a great time. I mean, baby, we having a great time. We going forward, back and forth. When we get to the end of the show, they say, Monique, you want to play a game? Well, I want to play. I said, sure, sugar. Let's play a game. And it's a game called Would You Rather.
No.
Okay? Now,
Monique, you should have said I'm too old for this game.
Wait a minute. We're having fun, baby. Right? We're having a good time,
okay,
Shannon. Okay. It's the sister there and there's two other guys. We're having a great time. It's a beautiful Black unity cookout.
Okay.
We're having a good time.
Okay.
Would you say your wife was your family?
Black unity
is that considered
cookout.
family?
Yeah.
So your husband is considered family,
Absolutely.
right? Okay.
So do you see what's happening here, right? She's referencing family. She called it a Black unity cookout. This is all about family. This is all about unity. This is all about Black people. And then she's saying to Shannon, you know, would you do this if you were family? Would you expect this if you were family? All of this stuff is painting the scene for her to be right, for her to be seen as the wronged party. She is amazing at creating scenarios, weaving tales, bringing everything, all of the elements together for her to be seen as the wronged party. And this is going to play out some more. Let's continue.
Here we go. They said, Monique, we want to play a game of Would You Rather. Let's go. Would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with a condom or Corinne Steffens without one?
Really, Monique?
Now, as y'all are watching right now who haven't heard this story, y'all going, they doing the same thing in the studio. They going, okay. That is exactly what happened. Now, I said to the team, how does that uplift our community? I said, sister, and her name is Jasmine, how could you ask another sister that? Well, we just planned. I said, tell me the joke in that, because I don't know what you're insinuating. Then you're involving people that have nothing to do with nothing. Like, what are y'all doing? So I said, I'm going to call my brother. DL, I'm going to call my brother.
Now, let me pause here. Let me just say this, yeah? That game on that radio show was absolute trash. It was messy. It was designed to be messy. It was designed to cause a mess. And when you are asking questions about somebody's sacred union in the form of their marriage, then she has every right to say, nah, these are the boundaries. And you've crossed the line by asking me these stupid questions, by involving other people who don't deserve to be involved, and by desecrating the sacred ground that my marriage walks upon. But let me just say this to you. When it comes to setting boundaries, you can only set boundaries about your behavior. You cannot set boundaries based upon other people's behavior. You can't control them. You can ask for things from people and they have a right to tell you yes or no. Yes, I will give that. Yes, I will not. No, I will not give that. You can ask, but you can't demand. And I'm going to Let's continue.
I call DL Hughley on the phone. I say, hey, baby, yeah.
Huh?
That's how he responds. Yeah.
Did he know it was you?
Yes, because they called him to let him know Monique's going to be calling.
Right.
Like this, it was getting crazy.
Right.
I'm like, just let me get on the phone with my brother, right?
Yeah.
Hey, DL, yeah. I said, listen, I just got off the phone with your team and they wanted to play this game, Would You Rather? And it was like stupid. Like asking me about my husband and Lee Daniels and Corinne Steffens, and his exact words, well, that's how we do it. I said, DL, how does that uplift our community? And again, I don't know what y'all trying to insinuate, but brother, what you doing?
Here's the thing. DL's radio show does not have to uplift the community. Why? Because it's not Monique's space. And this is the thing about boundaries, you see. You get to set the standards for your own space. What you do not get to do is to go into other people's spaces and set their boundaries and standards for them. They have already set their standards. Now, I said that the game was trash, and I stand by that very firmly. But you don't get to tell people how to behave. You get to opt into the game, or you get to opt out. The thing about Monique, and when I listen to the frequency and the energetic profile of her voice, she has got an edge to her voice where she likes to get her own way. Maybe she's got a history of a temper or something like that, but I can hear that steely edge in her voice. I can also hear when her voice gets calm and she drops the pitch in her voice, where she can become she's very even-tempered. She becomes very calculated, but not in a negative way necessarily, about what she wants to say and how she wants things to be done. And she can give off the appearance of being very calm. And unfortunately, when she's not in balance, she can become demanding in a way that tries to shame people in order to get the things that she wants and the treatment that she wants. Remember, I said to you before in in the beginning of this video, I said that Monique, in this instance, wants preferential treatment. Other people on this radio show have done this game. She believes that because she's Monique, that she is to be treated differently. Now, that's not how that works. When you're setting standards for yourself and things happen outside of your standards, you get to say yes or you get to say no. And you cannot control what other people do. And if you do, that is when it leans over into manipulation. Let's keep going.
Like I said, that's just how we do it. So it is what it is. Now, it got so ugly that my attorney had to send a cease and desist. So it never aired. So we have, like, when Cat Williams talk and people, truth tellers talk, we have receipts to everything we're saying. That's how that whole thing got started. Okay? It's family. My husband is my family.
Yeah.
Now, you babies that are really good with this internet, through the years, I've watched DL.
Ooh. So remember, I spoke to you about her use of the words family, her use of these familial endearing terms like family and babies. What she's doing, and she's got a great way of, like a conductor of an orchestra with his stick, right? And he's conducting the orchestra. And if he wants them to go faster, then they'll go faster. If he wants them to slow down, they'll slow down. She has these leadership qualities, this charisma in her voice that, man, if she were to run for office, she would do very well. If she was not a comedian and she started off in politics and we knew her for politics, then she would be great at getting people on side. But unfortunately, she uses these familial terms in order to get people on side. And then if we are her babies, if people are her babies, then what does that make her? Is she the mama? Does she expect to be treated like a grandmother or a mother? There is a way to set standards and boundaries, and I'm telling you, this ain't it.
Speak ill of me. Through the years, I never knew D.L. Hughley had a problem with me. But when Cass said they all a group, he forgot to put D.L. Hughley in the group. Mm-hmm. Through the years, I was bitter. I was dangerous with what I was doing, saying that it was inequality. My husband didn't know what he was doing. This went on through the years. I was unloved, all of these things. And I said to myself, I'ma see you. I'ma see you. I didn't go on nobody's show. I didn't say nothing to nobody, but I knew the time would come that I would see him. We were scheduled to do a show in Los Angeles. I was the headliner of that show. His name was on it, then his name came off. I didn't question it, but I knew I'm going to see him, right?
Eventually.
Okay, now we have a show in Detroit. Contractually, I was the headliner. D.L. Hughley posted a memo. Now, when you signed your deal for the Ravens, did you sign a contract or a memorandum?
I signed a contract.
You see how you say that? Like anybody that knows good business, you sign. The memo is saying this is what I would like,
right?
But the contract is saying this is what it is.
Man, this thing that Monique does where she preemptively gets a response from her audience, in this case Shannon, she preemptively gets him to agree with her before she's even finished her point, because she wants to demonstrate so badly that she's in the right. So she's asking Shannon, you know, do you sign a contract, or do you do this other thing? And she's then saying, well, your reaction is exactly my reaction. This stuff is brilliant when you are a leader, just as Monique is. But you can't use these leadership skills to get your own way. No, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes.
He put out a memo to our community, and that touched me a little different because I was saying, why would you lie to our babies? Because now they're thinking if they send somebody a memo, that's what they're supposed to get. Okay? I was contractually signed to go as the headliner.
Right.
Wait, what? Why would you lie to our babies? I have to rewind. Say that again.
Yes.
He put out a memo to our community, and that touched me a little different because I was saying, why would you lie to our babies? Because now they're thinking if they send somebody a memo, that's what they're supposed to get. Okay? I was contractually signed to go as the headliner.
Right. I mean, you go last.
D.L. Hughley didn't come into the building until 9:30.
Who is she referring to when she's talking about babies? Why would you lie to our babies? Is she talking about the general public? Who is she talking to here? If she's talking to the general public, then what has this got to do with anything? That confuses me. Maybe I missed something, but that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, moving on.
Now, contractually, I said I have to be on stage by 9:30 because if the show starts at 8, I refuse to keep an audience waiting.
Right.
That is disrespectful to the audience.
Correct.
When I went out on that stage, Shannon, I made sure everything I said, he heard me. Because now you're here and I'm going to say it to you. And I said some things on that stage that I said he was cowardly. And some folks said, how could you say that? How could you do that? And then I posted some things to say, this is what I meant. See, you came after my husband. And when you had a chance to fix it, when you had a chance to say, Mo, my bad, you know, we don't even get down like that.
Oh, come on. Listen, because I can hear so much leadership qualities in her voice, I can hear the orchestra, I can see the, what is it called? The orchestra's, the conductor's wand. Please forgive me if I get these terms incorrect. I can feel and see like these massive arms coming from Monique's voice that cast, that it's like if you cast a net over fish in the sea, and then you're drawing in this net, you're drawing all of these fish into your space. This is what Monique does by drawing people in to her way of thinking, drawing people in to seeing her as the wronged party, drawing people in to seeing her as correct. And what she does is she projects and says, I don't want to keep the audience waiting. But then goes on stage to blast DL by calling him a coward. This is about her image. This is about being seen as right and correct and the wronged party. And it's a shame that she's using her leadership skills in this way. And it makes me wonder, why is it so important to her for the public to see her as correct and the wronged party? And in fact, that whole thing about when she was telling people to boycott Netflix, this is the very first instance where I had heard stuff happening where she was being underpaid by Netflix. There was a deal and she found out that she was being underpaid compared to other comedians. And then she asked the public to boycott Netflix. And the public said, we ain't in this. And she was disappointed. It's a similar thing that is happening when she tries to inveigle the public into supporting this image of her being the wronged party. And now she's on stage telling everybody that DL is a coward. Let's continue.
Right. You told me it is what it is. And until he's brave enough and courageous enough to say, this is what really happened, y'all. Y'all have never known me to be no shit starter. Folks ain't never known me to go over and kick a sandwich out of somebody's hand that's hungry. But what people do know is, if you kick me, damn if I ain't gonna kick you back.
Right.
Because that's fair play.
Right.
So there was one left out the pack. And when you have people that continually don't take accountability, that's why you see us in the state of affairs we're in.
No, ma'am. No. Okay, so you don't kick sandwiches out of people's hands. Okay, great. But you are calling what you did with DL by calling him a coward in public fair play. This is an issue. And I respect Monique so much, but this is what children do, unfortunately. They say, he hit me first, so I hit him back. And he started it, so I'm going to do something. This is what children do. And I'm telling you something. If you want to communicate like a queen and you want to resolve issues, do not do this tit for tat. He did it, so I'm going to do it. And he started it, so I'm going to finish it. Foolishness, okay? Queens resolve issues. They resolve them. And what Monique has done in this instance, unfortunately, is vindictive.
I'm a firm believer, Mo, that everybody don't play the same. And someone once told me, what is joke to you is death to someone else.
What is joke? That's why we don't play with people's families.
No.
When we had the Monique show, the radio show, listen, you can't come on here and speak ill of no one because we don't play like that, because we know how this business works.
Right.
So when you allow that to happen, what do you think is going to come back your way? What do you think? And D.L. Hughley, please, no, brother, we still love you.
Yeah. You're saying that you love him, but then you want to get revenge and you want to even up the score so that it's fair. Let me just say this. I actually enjoy listening to Monique's voice. I enjoy listening to the pace of it. Monique is a powerful motivational speaker. I've spoken about if she were a politician, she would likely have success because she knows how to gather people together for a cause, right? And if she was a motivational speaker, she knows how to speak with so much clarity and so much conviction that every word would drive home a point. People would feel uplifted. People would feel motivated and inspired to transform their lives, honey. And I'm telling you, Monique is a powerful orator. Does not surprise me that she is using her voice in the direction of comedy to make her living and in the direction of acting and all of the other things that she's doing. But baby, when she feels wronged, she gets out of balance and it starts to become vindictive. And let's continue with the video.
Just take accountability for it and we move forward.
I remember reading something about the situation in Detroit. I didn't know the depth of the magnitude of it. I remember reading something about a memo about, I guess it's an addendum that was added on, but the contract is the contract.
The contract is the contract. And what happens is because of the messenger, it was easy to pile on. It was easy to pile on. And then when you have some of our black folk that go sit in front of a white man and speak ill of their people, I'm like, y'all, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we coming to that we're going to sit in front of this white man? I can't even say his name. I refuse. Everybody know who he is. We sit in front of him and we just let this man say any and everything about us, and then we go right in with him. That to me is dangerous. And y'all babies that's good with this little computer, don't take my word. You can just go through the years of this cat just running his mouth. And it's like,
it's insane to me that for somebody who is so attuned to the choices that have been made by other people that have wronged her, in the name of accountability, that my sister Monique has been blind to the ways that she has helped to create these issues. Whenever you find yourself at the epicenter of issues, especially when you're the epicenter of multiple issues, it is time to look within, not to cast aspersions, point the finger in accusations and blame. It's time to look within and ask yourself, where can I own my responsibility for my part in this? Not waiting for the other person to take accountability, because every single person most likely has their hand in helping to create the scenario at hand. The only person that you have control over is you. Where is your accountability? Where is your responsibility? And where is your eloquence, Monique, about speaking about you? When are you going to own your stuff in the way that you expect other people to own theirs?
Stop doing that, because what are we saying to the babies coming behind us? When I hear Brother D.L. Hughley say, with that Netflix special, I just accepted anything, whatever they gave me. These are not my words, they're his.
Right.
Well, that's how you do business. I'm not mad at you accepting anything.
Right.
Why are you mad at me saying I won't accept anything?
Right.
That's the difference. It's like people were judging me. I was hearing people, Shannon, okay? I didn't know we had so many tender people in our group.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had so many tender love. I didn't know we had so many tender people, and I wouldn't want to be on the front line with these tender people where it's like, oh, I can't believe you said that. I can't. But is what I said the truth?
Is it?
Is what I said the truth? No, I didn't put no sugar on it.
Right.
It was shit.
Right.
And I didn't try to make it taste good. We got to stop running away from what is real, and we run into fantasy. And that's how come we keep staying where we sit.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that.
Lord, I love my sister Monique. And if she were to start taking responsibility for her part in the multiple fallouts that she has had with people, if she were to even start looking within even a little bit without expecting preferential treatment from people on the basis that she calls them family, if she were to start owning her standards, stop projecting her standards onto other people, and start creating boundaries upon that basis, how much more powerful would she be? And how much more would she be able to create with her voice? Go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, whose voice do you want me to read next? See you next time.